Good afternoon, Bassel and Bhargav. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of December, and here's the heads up brief for today. Our production to our clients consisted of a total of 85 issues today. I will be briefing you on the major issues of today's production.
Hey, Mithma, thank you.
In the
Can we please move on to the major issues today?
Of course, Bhargav. So, in the East Asia Pacific, we covered a total of 51 issues. I will be covering the top two of the 51 issues today. In Papua New Guinea, the Porgera gold mine in the Enga province is set to reopen on December 22nd after a very long hiatus. The new mine operator, Neo Porgera Limited, is a joint venture between Barrick Gold Corporation and Xinjiang Mining. They will manage the mine under a new agreement that gives 53% ownership to Papua New Guinean shareholders. And this was made possible by the recently passed mining agreement, which is known as the Mining New Porgera Amendment Act of 2023. This has actually paved the way for operations to resume on the Porgera mine. Over 1,200 landowners have signed an agreement with New Porgera Limited to allow the mine to restart. These parties have agreed to negotiate new compensation rates after operations resume. The reopening of the Porgera mine is expected to provide a significant benefit to the country, and shareholders are estimated to receive nearly 7.3 billion US dollars over the course of 20 years. The mine is also expected to employ over 3,000 people by the end of 2024 once operations ramp up. We covered this as the major development in the Australasia and Pacific Islands roundup today.
Thank you. So this is interesting, and although it's a positive development economically, especially for the beleaguered economy, there are critical concerns that remain, especially the relationship with the landowners, despite the agreement, will remain a concern, and the stakeholders need to watch out for further conflicts with the landowners and the corporate stakeholders especially. Now, at the same time, the law and order continues to be an issue across the country, and more specifically in the Porgera area. There are tribal conflicts, as well as there is also a concern of theft and other crime-related issues. So let's monitor the situation around this and keep our clients updated on the further developments in relation to the mine and the agreements. Thank you.
Of course, Bhargav, we'll keep monitoring this situation and inform our clients as it progresses. Moving on to Indonesia, approximately 2,000 police personnel will be deployed today to secure the first presidential and vice presidential candidate debate for the 2024 general elections. This debate will be held at the General Election Commission office in Jakarta at 7 p.m. local time. The traffic directorate has actually implemented traffic measures from 3 p.m. local time onwards, and this will be in place in front of the General Election Commission building in Jakarta today.
All right, thank you.
Okay, moving on to South Asia. We covered a total of 18 issues, and I'll be covering the top two of the 18 developments that we covered. In Bangladesh, the Rapid Action Battalion detained 6 Ansar al-Islam members from the Rupganj area in the Dhaka division on December 10th. Ansar al-Islam is actually a banned militant organization that has been operational in the country since 2013. Several incriminating materials and equipment were seized during this raid, and the accused had been circulating books and videos on radicalism to the public. They had reportedly collected funds for the group by misleading family members, religious organizations, and various acquaintances. According to preliminary investigations, it has been revealed that one of the arrested members was the coordinator and head of the training branch of several other regions in the country. The arrestees claimed that they were inspired by the emergence of the Afghan Taliban and the ideology of the Al Qaeda. The Rapid Action Battalion spokesperson, Commander Khandakar Al Moin, also noted that the accused had held secret meetings in mosques and used encrypted apps for communication. They were also in contact with like-minded militants from neighboring countries. We covered this as the major development in the South Asia roundup today.
All right, that's interesting. RAB Battalion is a capable yet controversial agency in Bangladesh. They have been able to stifle some of these Islamist groups and terror groups which have affected multiple terror attacks. I think the last uh, attack, the major attack was in 2016, the Holy German Bakery in Dhaka, in the Gulshan area. So please ask the team to monitor the situation on the ground and also see if there are any movements along the terror lines. Thank you.
Of course, Bhargav, we'll be sure to keep an eye out on that. In Pakistan, four security personnel were killed in two separate terror attacks in Dera Ismail Khan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa today. In the first attack, three troops were killed and 16 others were injured in what is suspected to be a suicide bombing attack, which targeted the Dera Ismail Khan Daraban police station at approximately 3 a.m. local time today. The assailants utilized an explosive laden vehicle to breach the police station's front gate and subsequently initiated a gun attack. The terrorists launched a second attack as well, and this targeted the nearby Kulachi College. The security forces neutralized three terrorists in the ensuing counterattack, and one security personnel was killed in the gunfight. Some reports claim that the gunfight between terrorists and security forces is currently ongoing. Tehreek-e-Jihad Pakistan has claimed responsibility for the attack, and the local government has declared an emergency in the city's hospitals due to a possible surge of casualties. All schools and institutions in Dera Ismail Khan's Daraban district have been closed. We released an alert to our clients on this development earlier today.
All right. So the security establishment headed by the army dominates all aspects of life in Pakistan, and more specifically, the security environment and the political environment. Despite their predominance and their capability, the lawlessness and deteriorating security scenario, especially in the Dar Ismail Khan region and by extension, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, continues to worsen. And this is the latest case in point. Please monitor the situation and update our clients accordingly. Thank you.
Of course, Bhargav. We will also be letting them know if we come across any other significant developments in this issue. So moving on to the EMEA region, we covered a total of 11 issues today, and we will be talking about the top two of the 11 issues that we released in our EMEA developments. In Poland, Donald Tusk was nominated to become the new Polish Prime Minister yesterday. Tusk's government will likely be sworn in tomorrow, and this comes after the outgoing Prime Minister Mateusz Morawicki's government lost a vote of no confidence in the lower house of parliament by a vote of 266 to 190. We conveyed this to our clients via an advisory message today.
Yes, Mithma, this is actually very interesting. This latest no confidence vote ends 8 years of the rule of the Nationalist Law and Justice Party in the country. This party has been at loggerheads with the European Union over various democratic standards, which also includes undermining the judicial independence of Poland. So we expect that Donald Tusk's return to the Polish domestic political scene is likely to result in warmer ties with the EU, and will actually may help help the country release the blocked funds by the EU from Brussels. Hopefully, we'll see that soon. So thanks for this development.
Of course, Bassel. Thank you so much for those interesting insights. Moving on to Serbia, the government has launched an interconnector to a gas pipeline in Bulgaria to diversify its natural gas supplies. This interconnector will enable a pipeline from Novi Iskar town in Bulgaria to Niš city in Serbia to become operational. This will allow Serbia to access gas from Azerbaijan and a liquefied natural gas terminal in Alexandropolis port. We also conveyed this to our clients via an advisory message today.
Yes, Mithma, this is also interesting. Serbia's potential access to gas from both Azerbaijan and Greece reduces the country's dependence on traditional suppliers, and the traditional supplier for the whole of Europe is Russia. So the new gas pipeline actually can provide significant revenues for connecting countries, and this includes countries like Bulgaria and Turkey as well. So let's keep our clients updated on this matter as it progresses in the coming weeks and months.
Sure thing, Bassel. Now, speaking of the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict, as of now, around 18,205 Palestinians and 1,200 Israelis have died. A senior Israeli military expert has stated that the Israeli Defense Forces may need 45 more days to complete its ground operations, which is currently taking place across the Gaza Strip. Local Israeli media have reported that the IDF is ready to resume talks with mediators for the possible release of other Israeli captives held in Gaza. The new prisoner exchange deal would be carried out within the framework of another humanitarian truce. Hamas still holds 137 captives, including 126 Israelis and 11 foreigners. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant yesterday stated that Israel has no intention of staying permanently in the Gaza Strip. He added that the administration is open to discussing alternatives about who would control the territory as long as it was not a group hostile to Israel. Meanwhile, an anti-ship cruise missile launched by the Houthi militant group struck a commercial tank vessel near the Bab el-Mandeb Strait yesterday. The struck chemical tanker was flagged by Norway. We also communicated this to our clients via an advisory message today.
Yes, Mithma, this is also interesting concerning the latest developments on the Israeli-Palestinian front. So actually concerning the Israeli officials and what they're saying, there is a possibility of a humanitarian ceasefire in the coming days or weeks if both sides agree to an exchange of prisoners. As you said, there are multiple Israelis still captives by Hamas, held by Hamas. Also, the statement by the senior Israeli military expert indicates that there is a prolonged nature of the conflict, and the human cost is likely to rise. So also we can see that the Houthis' threat elevates the risk profile of the Red Sea. It is likely that the US and other allied forces, including the UK and Israel, are expected to sustain their surveillance of the Red Sea as well as the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. So I think we need to keep a very close eye on this conflict and update our clients accordingly. Thank you.
Sure, Bassel. And if you have no further comments, I think we can wrap up now. Thank you so much for joining, Bassel and Bhargav.
Thanks for the briefing.
Nothing further from my end. Thank you.